and that's so lame. But this is Lost Tribes, nigga, so remember the name. These rappers buried alive like Undertaker and Kane. And then I'm coming back just to cremate your remains. So if you can't take the heat, then step back from the flame. You got a lot more to lose, man, it's something to gain. Cause I would drop a nigga out like he ain't fitting the frame. You think you fly, I'll knock your ass out the sky like a plane. That's on the way to Malaysia. Showing no mercy like a cop with a taser. Chuck when I talk like my tongue is a razor. Lyrical gladiator, rap assassinator, verbal manipulator. But someone told these niggas fake it till they make it. Now the only ones who made it is the niggas on that fake shit. And I ain't singing the bitches, ain't on the great shit. The illest nigga you know in the game without a placement. It's like being the only nigga who's woke inside the matrix. This the auto rap and the rules of engagement. The game needs change and I'm here to rearrange it. Hip hop 101 and take it back to the basics. Take the game back from Caucasians. Take notes, these niggas need training. Your mind's clays misshapen. I'm here to make an engraving, so try to focus your brain. My kill switch is engaged when these faggots start entertaining. I'll be praying that's the most I turn these crackers back to cavemen. This is live from the dungeons of rap, hip-hop's basement. Until it's time to us to come emerge up from the pavement and then leave a hole in the game so big they can't repave it, nigga.
These bars go over heads like this was limbo. Get these rappers in the yard beating them like I'm Kimbo. I'm riding with my kinfolk, follow my methodology. Black and blue opponents' faces like cosmetology. I issue no apologies coming from rapper salaries. My team runs shit like we out here burning calories. Bring a tear to your eye, lie, you say it's allergies. But it's cause the flow out this world touching the galaxy. Niggas rapping like girls, they ain't follow my policy. I was raised in the era, we had to rap reality. Had to really live this shit was my mentality. Now the game flooded with face and they crowded me. Better not cross that line and watch the boundaries. Soldier, but rapping is like a hobby. Lions and wolves with me, roll the dice on Jumanji. Rappers say they on their job, but not hobby. Cause you ain't got no job, man. Like Tommy, I know cats let that ring like Audi and leave their head all wrapped up like Saudi. But I ain't never been no killer, no armed robbery. I just like to move and swear like Monopoly. Now I'm slow no more, no, say word properly. I don't even push no pills, I push prophecy. Respect this aristocracy, giving rappers a lobotomy. When I'm spitting, I hear them niggas getting their glossary. Check the wordplay, realizing ain't nothing stopping me. Your only option be when I'm round 9, acknowledge me.
I sip my brandy in one glass. No kidding, money you was bootlegging in Comcast. So drugs and disrespecting me, my mom now. Doing 500 magnums, it was fun. All that listening, I can't never get that time back. To fool a nigga in the book is where you hide at. Crazy cause he really gave my crime back. He being all blind to tax me, blind to race me, pouring our faces. Money in the bank, only time I'm doing the chase. So my love pelvis participate with her waist. And they play them crack with the Lord go handle like case, cause they ain't violation. They ain't violation. I like code section 2, subsection 33. I fuck with his red, else you should catch the beats. I ain't talking Drake, man down, man. Pretty said they pray for the day, so Christ come to slay. It won't be no day, no sunshine, no daffodil. Better shit with blood, don't get that daffodil. This gold chain, tinted almost like a Daffy Bill. I just ran that bitch. We ain't have a trap house, but I did hand in hand that shit. Man, it did. Here he go ram and pocket collapse with swerving. But the helmet if you patriotic, I'm in. It's ironic, I'm drinking spring water in the fall. His story go, I spring the water, then I fall. I personally like this next part. Got a bike size 38, that's my mouthpiece. You beat the pussy right, she put your name on the house lease. I walk into the Congress and put bullets in the house lease. Cowards giving rats toolies, that's how you see mice eat. Her face a 6, half a 7. But damn, she got some nice feet. She fresh it off of me like damn, you got some nice meat. My nigga game, you can't speak, just why you bitches like me. And you ain't nothing like me. Bitches should make you try like damn, why he ain't like me. All love, shorty, I'm just so particular. I walk parallel with another straw ass perpendicular. I don't want to get it over, I'ma have to get it regular. If he said he the shit, ask the pulse. I'm shitty, talking that green yellow slush. You gotta stand back just to flush. When I grab a torn, you ain't in no rush. Word of rose, I pop a bullet in front of the bus.
Word of rose, nigga.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Mashiach and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Albany, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We've been bringing out these truths since 1969. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Israelites of the Bible. And we'll say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shaparakadam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shem all the thunder, Shem Shalom, all the sisters. I'm Officer Baez, taking over the Hebrew language class, the Lashawan Qadash class tonight for Officer Palatia. So we're going to get it in. Our language, is part of our heritage and our culture and our history that's been beaten out of us by our oppressor, man. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. He's the reason why we're calling ourselves African American, or we're calling ourselves Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians, all of these different name titles, bywords, that were given to us by that devil. We're not these things, man. We are the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, man. Yasha Allah in the Hebrew, which means Prince of the Power. That's who we are. We can't trade that in to be called a rich poor, or to be called two continents, man. Named after two devils, man. We can't do that, man. Now it's time for us to take back what's ours. The Most High gave us the knowledge. Isupk been here since 1969, bringing the truth back out. Now it's important for us to go back into that history, man. And part of that is our language, man. The Lashawan Qadash, the holy tongue. We're gonna get it in, man. We'll pick up Officer Palatia. He always do things. He always start with the Hebrew alphabet. Of course, we do the ancient or paleo as well as the Assyrian characters. So from right to left, we have Ah, the Ba, the Ga, the Da, the Ha, the Wa, the Za, Ka. 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 The ka. It's more of a ka than a ka. It's a ka. So you have the ta. You have the ya. Right, this too big. Maybe running out of space here. Now you have the ka. It's more of a stronger ka sound. Ka. The la. The ma. The na. The sa. The I. And running out of space here. Lock it up there. Started off the bottom. I started thinking my letters too big. So, going back. Wa, sa, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, ha, tza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. Pretty good. There's the ancient Paleo Hebrew characters. And of course, now we're going to come back and do the Assyrian. Good. Done. Wa, sa, ka, ta, ta, ya, ka, the la, the ma, the na, the ma, the na, the sa. I Shah and the. All right, there are the Hebrew characters in the ancient and the Assyrian. And Salakia, I should have wrote the Assyrian in red like Officer Salakia always does. That's the 2-hour system he got with that. But I ain't gonna leave it up there anyway. So this is the foundation of any language, the letters, the characters. This is how words are built and formed. Each letter in a word means something. The same way that each word in a sentence means something. A sentence is what it is because of the words. And the word is what it is because of the letters, the characters. So this is the foundation to building on our language, man. A lot of these letters, of course, our oppressor has taken and used it in that alphabet. But of course, everything came from us, man. There's no surprise there. And give you all a minute to write that down. For those who are new, write that down so that you can add these to your notes and practice them and study. And Salaki, I did leave off the 5 characters in the Assyrian that are the go-to when they come to the end of a word. So you have 5 characters. The ka, if it's at the end of the word, is written like that. You have the ma, it's written like that. The na, like that. The pa, and the tazan. Those are the 5 ways you write those letters if they appear at the end of the word. If they're not at the end of the word, of course you go with the original. Only at the end of the word. You meant to copy that down. And this is the Lashawan Qadash. This is not what they call modern Hebrew, which we call, is by its proper term, Yiddish. This will not be the language of our oppressor, man. Those who stole our identity. They try to ridicule us and say that we're not speaking Hebrew. But we know that it's them that's not speaking Hebrew, man. I love the fact that they don't have our language in its original form, man. But now that we got it back, it's not like his, man. Same way we do nothing alike. They don't have our spirits are not the same, man. It's like in Genesis, Jacob and Esau wrestled in Rebekah's womb, man. And it said two nations, two manner of people, man, shall be separated from thy womb, man. Two manner of people, meaning two totally different people, but not the same. Nothing about us is the same. And it's such a glorious thing to be different from that bastard, man. Right now, you got this what we like to call white on white crime going on over in Russia and Ukraine. It's a beautiful thing, man. Commander General Hunter went in on that last night, man, going deep into that, showing that our time in this captivity is coming to an end, man. This is the time Christ is close. His return is close, man. It's a beautiful thing to see all of the prophecies unfolding right before our eyes. These are the days that the prophets of old long to see. It's a blessing that we find ourselves here today, man, in the Isupk. And it's a beautiful thing. And and getting back to our language is a big part of that, man. It's a real big part of that, man. Who knows, you might have to be, out there and you don't know what's gonna happen, man. How things are gonna be. We were told to prepare, get supplies, man. Get you a couple big winter coats, man. Get you some more boots, man. Get you some more things to keep you safe. And this language right here might be a big part of that, man. So that we can communicate and nobody else will know what we're saying, man. And that could be very helpful in the future when situations become dire. But I'm gonna get into some of these Hebrew words. First three, it's gonna be face, faith, and Father. Faith, and Father. Face, faith, and Father. The Hebrew word for face is hanya. 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 And in the Assyrian, Slaki. In the ancient, it will be Hanya. Hanya. Assyrian, it would be on slide. Pardon me, a little bit rusty. Been a minute since I taught this class. Mixing up the ancient and the Assyrian. All right, there you go. That's the Yah and the ancient. Most times when you're learning a language, you only have one set of characters to learn. But of course, being in the many captivities that we've given as a people, we have two sets of characters that we have to learn. But small things to the giant, these are the things that we have to go through. But as the best people on the planet, we're able to persevere all kinds of situations. Man, two different types of alphabets is nothing. So that's face, that's panya. Panya, of course, the connectors connect the characters in the ancient. So pun, the P and the pa and the na are linked together. Instead of pun na, it's pun. So this means it's joined together, pun. When you see the upside down version of that, then you pronounce that character by itself. So pun ya. And now next we have faith. And faith is Amawan. Amawan. One. Amawan. And in the ancient Amawan, Ma, Wa, Na. Ma, Wan. Amawan. And the language, even without really being a pro at the language, is still very simple because it just makes sense. Now, you don't have to struggle to like spell a word. Like there wouldn't be no tricky spelling bees and stuff like that with our language because everything is just pronounced, it's just spelled how it sounds. It just makes sense. And the thing about the English language that makes no sense is the rule, there are no rules. They claim to have rules, but the rules are broken on almost every rule is broken. There's several different variants and variations, and each rule gets broken. Like for instance, you have, I before E, except after C. Okay? I before E, except after C. So that means usually if a word has a I-E combination or E-I combination, you put the I before the E, except if it's after C, like in receive. So it's a C, so the E comes before the I. In that case, okay, that follows the rule. That follows that rule. You have receive. Receive. Let me check myself to make sure I'm not tripping. been a minute since I've been in language class. Receive. Yeah. I before E except after C. So then you have relieve. Relieve. So now I before E. So the I and the E. Alright? So now, that's following the rule, right? I before E, except after C. So in the C, the E comes before the I. But then you have a word like there. There. Not the there like over there, but the there like it belongs to them. It's theirs. So you have there. There. That E is before that I, and it's not a C. There's no C in the word. So according to the rule, I before E, except after C, the I should come before the E here, because this is not after a C. But again, for every rule in the English language, there's an exception when that rule gets broken, which makes it a silly, stupid language, man. But Hebrew just makes sense, man. It just makes sense. The rock thought you how shot, right? And then now let's get to the Assyrian spelling of Amawan. So you have the the Ma, the Wa, and the Na. Now that Na, which is usually written like this in the beginning or the middle of the word, any place in the word except for the end is this character. But when it's at the end of a word, it looks like this. And you gotta be careful because it looks like a Y, but it just has an extended tail that comes down below the line. You must remember this when writing the Assyrian. And the last word on this in this set is father. I'm sure a lot of people know what this word is already. It's a pretty common, like a pretty known word, because of, when Christ was on the cross, he cried out, Abba. So Abba. And we know Abraham is the father of many nations. So his name means father of many nations. So Abraham. So Abba. In the ancient, you have the and the Ba. Ba. And each letter is pronounced by itself. So you have the connectors not connecting these two letters, but keeping them separate. So Ba. If you had them connected like this, then it would change the pronunciation to Ab. But they're not to be pronounced that way. So you have Abba. It's pretty much about syllables. It's a syllable thing. If you see this, looks like the frown, or upside down smile, then that is making each letter its own syllable. But if you see the smile connecting two letters, it's making two letters one syllable. It's the best way I can explain that. And the Assyrian, of course, is uh, Abba. Abba. Give me a minute to write that down. Checking the comments in the chat, see if anybody's in the building. Of course, if you got any questions, put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Give you a minute to write those three down: faith, faith, and father. Panya, Amawan, and Abba. All right. The word is being said in June. Moving right along. Moving right along. The next set, dealing with F words today. Fail, fall, faint. We have fail. Fall. And famine. Fail, fall, and famine. Now the Hebrew word, the Hebrew form of these words, Hebrew pronunciation. Fail is nakashal. Na ka shal. Nakashal. Fall is Nepal. Fall is Nepal. It's a lucky. Shout out to Hebrew Academy. We all know what Nepal is like. We all know what Nepal is. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear Nepal at Hebrew Academy. It's a lie. And famine is Ra'ai. 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 Only two vowel sounds in Hebrew. Ah and I. That's it. That's how you know not to to deal with that Yiddish, man. Like it's a mixture of Hebrew with, Germany and Polish, German, Polish, and like Russian dialects, man. Because they're not the true Jews, man. They're not the real people of the Bible. That would be us. That's why skin cancer is so rampant over there in the land of Israel to this day. They're like got one of the highest rates of skin cancer from being in that region, man, and they don't belong in that region. They don't belong in the region. So how you gonna tell me that they've been there for millennia, for thousands and thousands of years? That's where they come from. But since they've been there now since 1948, they're leading their skin cancer. That ain't even been 100 years, man. How they gonna survive over there for thousands and thousands of years if not even their skin cancer right now? Come on, man. Let's get out of here with that. To the Hebrew letters. So fail, nakashal. Nakashal. Na. Ka. Sha. La. Na. Ka. Shaw. Nakashal. And the Assyrian, Na, Ka, Shaw, Nakashal. So they mixing up my letters here. Nakashal. Fall, Nepal, or drop. Drop. Nepal, fall. Na. Ha. La. Na. All. The Assyrian, Na, All. Nepal. And famine. Ra'ai. 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 Syrian. Ra'ai. Ra'ai. Take a minute, copy those down. Memorize these words. Start to utilize them in your everyday speech. And it'll become familiar to you. We use words like fail, fall, in our everyday speech. So sometimes substitute the word, the Paul for fall, or nakashal for fail. You never want to nakashal, you know what I mean? But when we nakashal, that gives us a chance to improve. Failure is a part of life, so it's not always a bad thing. So like sometimes failure is necessary for success in the long run. But utilize these words, man. Become familiar with these words so that when the time comes, we can utilize these words in everyday situations. The same way we utilize the word salakia or khan or la'a. These are words that, the wild. These are words that I find myself when I'm amongst the world, I find myself saying these words to wow. You know what I mean? Somebody at my job will say, what you think about this? You like these shoes? I'm like, yeah, that's to wow. They'd be like, what? Oh, my bad, that's good. Or somebody will do something for me, I'm like, wow. I mean, salaki, thank you. And they're like, what? So what? Excuse me, thank you. So, it becomes second nature. So take a minute and copy those words down. Utilize these words. Yeah, man. This is the language that we need to be trying to focus on. I mean, in this society, it's good to know other languages too, because that's what our people speak. That's what our people speak. But don't fall in love with those languages, man. Like a lot of our people, right? Like I don't know too many Judites or Benjamites or whatever who are just thrilled that we speak English, right? But a lot of our northern kingdom, and I'm not knocking northern kingdom at all, so don't read me wrong right here. I'm not talking about my brothers and sisters in the truth either, because of course we know better than the truth. I'm talking about in the world. You got a lot of brothers and sisters from, say for instance, Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or South America. They think the language of Spanish is something to be praised or that it's some heritage they should be proud of. But we shouldn't be proud to speak Spanish the same way I'm not proud to be speaking English, man. Or that a Haitian speaking French or patois, so like that patois, Creole. But these are languages that were given to us by our oppressors, man. So Spanish is not better than English. English is not better than Spanish. English and Spanish is not better than French, or vice versa. They all bastard languages from our oppressor, man. Spanish is from Spain, man. Spain is in Europe, man. And we can't forget that damn devil in Portugal too, that Portuguese, man. But that Portuguese is spoken by our brothers and sisters in Brazil, man. And like the majority of the slaves that when he went to Judites anyway, went to Brazil, majority of the slaves, as I said, went to Brazil, like way more than here in America. So a lot of our brothers and sisters speak Portuguese, man. Like they get swept under the rug a lot of time. But don't forget that devil either, that Portuguese, man. Forget about that. We got a lot of brothers and sisters that speak Portuguese because of how many of us in Brazil. But these are all oppressive languages, and they're equally garbage. None is better than another. Like I look at that sister on The View, right? Sonny Hostins. She got a Judite father and an Ephraimite mother. But of course, she most of the time identifies with her Ephraimite side, but she also identifies with her Judite side, right? But depending on the situation of the time. But a lot of times she likes to claim the Latina side, and she starts speaking in Spanish and thinking that makes her exotic. But they're both oppressive devil languages, man. None of them are worth spit, man. So we need to move out of that mind frame that you know, we got a better language if we speak this or we speak that. Nah. Lashawan, Qadash, man. That's the best language to speak. That's the language of the Most High. The next set of words we have fast. Fast. Fact. Fast, fact, and fear. Fast, fact, and fear. In Hebrew, fast is mahar. 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 I'm not sure if this is the fast as far as speed is concerned, or the fast is like not eating. I'm not sure. I'll get clarification on that next time I talk to Palati. So mahar, fat is shaman. Shaman. Shaman and fear is yara. Yara. That's right. So first is fast, mahar. Ma. Ha. Ra. Mahar. Mahar. And the Assyrian Mahar. Mahar. Fat, shaman. Sha. Ma. Na. Shaman. The Assyrian. Shaman. Shaman. Had Nas at the end of the word, so we write it like that. Fat. You don't want to get shaman. Fear, Yara. Of course, in Isupk, our slogan is no cowards, man. So we don't fear anything but the Most High. There's a healthy fear and an unhealthy fear. Trust me, you need a healthy fear because that's the fear of the Most High. That's very necessary. Fearing the Most High is essential for our survival because we don't want to fall into the hands of an angry Most High, man, who's here to punish, who's set to punish us for our sins. We want to repent and turn back to the Most High so He can be more apt to forgive our sins. So, fear of the Lord is wisdom, the beginning of wisdom. So, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, we do that out of fear of the Most High. That's a good fear. Fearing your oppressor is not a good fear. That's a coward, man. Being afraid to learn your language, being afraid to rock your shield, being afraid to acknowledge your true heritage, man. That's an unhealthy fear, man. That's unhealthy Yara. 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 And then the Assyrian. Yara. You need to copy that down. Take these notes. Correct this a little better to make sure people ain't confusing me. You were saying Yah, and Yah is in the Assyrian is a letter that starts at the top of the line. It's very short. It's almost like an apostrophe. So Yah. So, fast, fat, fear, Mahal, Shaman, Yara. All right. Hopefully everybody had enough time to get that down, copy that down. If not, take that. Next, we have one of my favorite things on this earth, on this Aratazan. Female. Female. Don't ever let anybody fool you into believing that the Isupk does not love, respect, or honor our females, man. We are fathers, we are sons, we are brothers, we are uncles, we are nephews, we are cousins. And we love our daughters, our mothers, our aunts, our nieces, and our female cousins, man. We just know order. We know that the Most High is about order. There's no confusion with the Most High. He has everything in the right order, man. And we follow that sternly and strictly in the Isupk. If we can follow the ranking system when it comes to men in the Isupk, why wouldn't we follow the order when it comes to men and women? You got brothers who 40, 50 years old who are outranked by brothers who are 20 years old, man. And that brother who's 20 gives that brother who's 40 or 50 an order because he outranks him. And that 40 to 50-year-old says, "Come out of one come." And that's just that, man. Ego aside, pride aside, it's the order of the Lord. And the Lord said that the man is the head of the woman. The Lord also said that women shouldn't be teaching, man. Not men. Not men. You can't be teaching men these scriptures, man. Learn in silence, man. You got any questions? Ask your husbands at home. And that's not what, that's misinterpreted a lot of times because we come in our classes. Our sisters are allowed to ask questions, man. Our sisters are allowed to speak. They're just not allowed to teach men. Who can they teach? They can teach their children, man. They can teach other women. That's what they can teach, man. We follow the scriptures to the T. So if you got a problem with how we deal with women in here, take that up with the Lord, man. Just know that we love our women in the Isupk. You can say whatever you want to say, but you ain't gonna never get any brother in the Isupk to say we don't love our women, man. Straight up. You love them so much, you're willing to check and correct them whenever they get out of line, man. Straight up. So female, fence, and field. But I before E except after C. The rule applies in this case for field. All right, now the Hebrew for female is also another word I love very much. Na, well, ba. Na, well, ba. Let me stop. Just having a little fun, y'all. Just having a little fun. That's it. In the building by myself tonight in the actual location. And of course, I got my people out there, Israel and YouTube land. So, gotta make it a little interesting for myself. That's all. So in the Hebrew, so let me finish all of these. For female in Nakwaba, fence is Qadash. Qadash. And field, Shaddai. Shaddai. Look something up. I'll look it up among the companies that are. So, Nakwaba in the ancient Nakwa Ba Nakwaba. Na Nakwaba. Nakwaba. Fence. Qadash. Qadash. Syrian. Qadash. Field. Shaddai. 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 The Assyrian. Shaddai. Shaddai. Give me a minute to copy that down. That's right, Shaddai. Field, man. You got female. Of course, a female is a woman. Now, it could be a girl or a woman. But of course, a lot of our women tend to be Proverbs 31 women, right? And in Proverbs 31 and 16, it says, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard. She considereth a field. She considereth a Shaddai. Shaddai, a field. So hopefully everybody had time to copy that down. I just want to look that up real quick. Let you know we're not just making this up, man. We're not just making this up. The Lord put the Isupk here, man. The Lord set up Commander General Yohana to be over the school, man. We've been here since 1969. And Commander General Yohana, man, that brother, that father, has held that sword, man, and given all of us an opportunity to be in here to learn our true culture and our true history, man, our language. You know, we got the Sabbath services tomorrow, and the Sabbath service, it was customary for the young men, you know, the children, to learn their language and read the scrolls, man, read the scriptures in our tongue, man. And to see young men come in, participate in the service, and then get, like, become fluid in reading that Hebrew, man, is a beautiful thing to behold, man. Like this, the school ain't no joke, man. And it's because the men above us take it seriously, man. They make sure that it's as serious as anything else, more so. Like, men in the truth take the truth more seriously than their own slavery, man. Their own, you know, what they feed their families with. You know what I mean? We go to that job, we work, we get that paycheck, and we bring that money in here, man. You know what I mean? We don't get paid for this. We pay for this. We're away from our families, man. Like, our weekends, we can forget about it, man. Especially to the brothers, you know, going through Hebrew Academy. Our weekends are done, man. You know what I mean? But it's for the Lord. It's for our people. It's for a good cause, man. Because we love the Most High with all of our heart, mind, soul, strength. And we love our brothers as ourselves and our neighbors as ourselves. And with that, it's a sacrifice. And you only make sacrifices for things you care about, man. So, big up to all my brothers in the Isupk, man. Y'all the best brothers on the planet, man, for real. Let's get into the next set of Hebrew words. We have fight. Fight. I should have waited and said all of that. I read the word fight, man, because fight is what we're doing here, man. You ain't gonna make it in the Isupk without knowing how to fight, man. Fight, feel, and find. Fight, feel, and find. And the Hebrew pronunciations of these words, the Hebrew words are fight, lakama, Oh, come on. Feel my life. Fine. Basadar. Basadar. Welcome more. Fight. One second. Verify something real quick. Welcome up. Fight. This is what we do in the Isupk, man. We gotta fight, man. We gotta fight demons, man. We gotta fight ourselves first and foremost. We gotta fight all these years of disgusting living that we've been doing, man, before we came into this truth. We gotta fight, man. There's no better place to do that than in the school. Because you're surrounded by brothers doing the same thing, man. Fighting, man. When you find brothers who need this truth, they just wasn't willing to keep fighting, man. That's all you gotta do. Don't give up, man. Don't stop fighting. Like that's what your life is gonna be about once you come into this truth, man. Fighting, man. War. Lakama. La. Ka. Ma. La. Ka. Ma. Again, man, this is just the connectors, man. These syllables. So you see this frown, just know that's each letter is its own syllable. If you see one that looks like a smiley face and it's connecting two letters together, it's making two letters one syllable. It's for pronunciation purposes. So Lakama, man, brothers and sisters, learn that word, man. Utilize that word. Let it sink into your spirit, man. Lakama. Because that's what we have to do. To endure to the end, man. We gotta lakama, we gotta fight. In the Assyrian, La. end of the sentence looks like a square or a box, as opposed to that right triangle. Lakama. Next is fill. Mala. Mala. Ma. See two letters, two syllables. Ma. La. And the Syrian is the other ma. It's not at the end of the word. Ma is not at the end of the word. Ma at the end of the word. Same letter, different character. Ma, la. Ma, la. Fine, Basadar. Ba, sa, da, ra. Ba, sa, dar. Ba, sa, dar. Turn two letters into one syllable. Dar. Ba, sa, dar. In the Syrian, ba, sa, da, ra. Ba, sa, dar. Ba, sa, dar. Make sure you write that sa. I don't want y'all to confuse that for the I in the ancient. Gotta have that hook at the top for the sa. We get ready to copy these down. All right. Everybody had enough time to copy those down. If not, one take back. Isupk 704. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and check out all of our classes. We also got Isupk Charlotte, NC. That's the other YouTube page. You can check out camp speakings out on that page. Also, like, share, subscribe, but subscribe first. Then like and share the video on Isupk 12 Tribes NC. That's our YouTube page in Durham. And also Fayetteville. Isupk Fayetteville, our school in Fayetteville too. So subscribe to the channel and like, share the videos. North Carolina, we got a mighty work, man. If you put it out here, man. We got brothers and sisters out here. We struggling out here, man. And I know, 'cause I used to be one of them, man. spread out. You know what I mean? Hard to get around sometimes for brothers and sisters, man. It ain't like being in a major city. You know, we country down here. I mean, you got your cities like Charlotte, of course, Raleigh, Durham, those cities that got the things of a New York, so to speak. Not those subways and none of that stuff. You know, we got public transportation. But in North Carolina and South Carolina as a whole, we got brothers and sisters who still living on dirt roads, man. Who ain't on nothing but Christianity, man. Nothing but that Christian church. And we gotta reach those brothers and sisters, man. Wake them brothers and sisters up, man. We got brothers and sisters in South Carolina, North Carolina, so far out in the sticks that they don't have internet access, man. So, you know, we gotta hit these streets. We gotta hit these highways and byways. And if the Lord want that brother, that sister, he'll have them come by the camp one day, man. That's why it's so important for camp, man. Tomorrow is the big day, man. The Sabbath service in the morning. We got camp, man. We're gonna blaze these streets. Camp is that time to unleash on this kingdom, man. This devil. Raise up our brothers and sisters too, man. It's not all about blazing against the kingdom of the oppressor. It's also about uplifting your brothers and sisters, man. Letting the brothers and sisters know that there's some place they can go that's different from the rest of the world that they're in, man. But they got people out here who actually love and care about them. And that's what people get twisted about the Isupk, man. We got a lot of love in this group, man. We need to get some love from these brothers, man. We need to give love to these brothers. The next set of words we got, finish. Finish. Finish and fine. Now we just had fine. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do fine. Should have did them both at the same time, but we just had fine. And the first fine was Basadar. But this is a different fine. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure this ain't a typo. Making sure this is not a typo. No, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna rock with it. Take this heat off. Alright. So this fine ice. Grab that. So fine, finish. And first. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this fine out. So I get verification on that. Let me take that fine out. I'm gonna use flesh. And we'll do four this time. Fly. Flesh, finish, first, and fly. Flesh, finish, first, and fly. So the Hebrew word for flesh is bashar. Bashar. Finish is gamar. Gamar. First is Ra'ashwan. Ra'ashwan. So flesh is Bashar. Finish is Gamar. First is Ra'ashwan. Fly is Iwak. Iwak. Iwak, not to be confused. So flesh is Bashar. Bashar. So there you'd say Bashar. So Bashar, flesh of my flesh, is Wabashar, Ma Lashawan, Mabashaya. Lashawan, Mabashaya. Flesh and unflesh. So Bashar in the ancient. Bashar. Bashar. Space in that, make it a little bit bigger, make sure y'all can see. Bashar. Bashar. In the Assyrian, it's Bashar. So flesh, Bashar, finished, Gamar, 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 finished. And in the Assyrian, Gamar, first, Ra'ashwan, Ra'ashwan, Ra'ash, all right, Ra'ashwan, that's a bit of a longer word right there. So, Ra'ashwan. But we only got 3 syllables. 9 letters, 3 syllables. The Ra is a syllable by itself. The A and the Sha are 1 syllable. And the Wa and the Na are another syllable. So Ra'ashwan in the ancient. In the Assyrian, it is Ra'ash. Lashawan, ancient and in the Assyrian. And fly. Isupk. Wow. Special camera. And the Assyrian. In the Assyrian, we have Isupk. So, we're going to copy that down. Flesh, Bashar. Finish, Gamar. First, Lashawan. Fly, Isupk. There you have it. That's all we're going to have time to get into tonight. You can copy those down. And remember to practice these words. Use these words. Hopefully everybody got that. Flesh, Bashar, finish, Gamar, first, Lashawan, fly, Isupk. This is the ancient, and this is the Assyrian. Going once, going twice, and it's gone. That, man, we're gonna clip up this Friday night's Lashawan Qadash class. I'm the only one here, so I'm gonna read the prayers. My Jim, welcome y'all done, which means turn to face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuth, Salaki, Malakuthka, Taba'ah, Ratzaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanawa, Nakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalatanawa, Kaburatnawa, Kasilatnawa, Kaburatinawa, Walaha, Dawiyanawa, Wanasaiwan, Abal, Kawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakut, Waha'ala, Wahapara, Wahalaman, Aman. And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. our debts and to give our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. I'm going on here, so we're not going to do the salute to the teacher, but I'm going to say, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak Thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shem Thumb by Shem Yahshua all the sisters, Dr. Qatar, class dismissed.